Aside from Georgia's governor and lieutenant governor, top Republicans are all in to elect the former football star to a six-year term in order to retake the Senate. Here to discuss that and other midterm news are NBC senior political editor Mark Murray, USA Today Washington bureau chief Susan Page, and former Obama White House press secretary Robert Gibbs. So, Mark Murray, let's start with you. Today, in First Read, you're pointing out about the overwhelming support from Republican leaders. Let's take aside Governor Kemp and Lieutenant Governor because of that's Georgia, and they have their own relationship with President Trump. But how do you explain the evangelicals, the family values people, sort of all of the cultural values spelled out in the Republican platform for generations?
Yeah, Andrea, we've heard their justification is that they want to win. And winning is the most important thing in politics, particularly for them. It is jarring to me, as somebody who's covered American politics for the last 20 years, that abortion, which is a fundamental Republican issue, and not only in your own personal lives, but what others should do for their own personal lives, and to have this allegation come out from Herschel Walker, and for Walker just to basically end up, for them to say, well, even if it did happen, we're still supporting Herschel Walker, to me just kind of leaves my jaw on the floor, Andrea. And it has a lot of Democrats asking, well, if that choice was good for Herschel Walker, why isn't that choice good for millions of Americans, regardless of what kind of states? Now, you did talk about Governor Brian Kemp, and I do think it is significant the distance that he's put himself versus national Republicans, where he hasn't decided to actually come and embrace Herschel Walker. And to me, that's very telling. But the national Republicans who have embraced Herschel Walker, we're going to see Rick Scott, the Republican senator from Florida, who's the chairman of the National Republican Senatorial Committee, campaign for Herschel Walker, as well as Tom Cotton, the Republican senator from Arkansas. They're going to do that tomorrow. And so that's going to be the big embrace of Herschel Walker that we're going to see. And we'll see what other Republicans decide to stump with him in the next 4 weeks.
And Susan Page, I was really struck by Peggy Noonan's column in the Wall Street Journal on Saturday on Walker, because she writes in part, it isn't really about abortion or hypocrisy. It's about children born, and the father says to the mother, you can raise it by yourself, or you can abort it, but I won't help you raise it and act as a father. That, she wrote, is the story that Walker is accused of abandoning his little kids. Voters who would easily forgive abortion or running around or bad breakups or divorce are less likely to give a pass on that. On 4 children left alone by their father, the rich, handsome former football star and candidate for Senate. And, Susan, I also heard the same, very similar comments from James Carville over the weekend.
Yeah. No better Republican than Peggy Noonan, right? No one who has better Republican credentials than she does. But in her column Saturday, she was raising questions about kind of the character and the nature of the Republican Party and where the GOP is going. And she makes the point that if you get what you want, you get Herschel Walker over the finish line and he becomes the governor of Georgia, you're going to be living with him for 6 years as a vote in the U.S. Senate. So definitely some questions. Of course, Republicans, they want to hold that seat. They've got no other candidate. It's too late under Georgia law to replace him on the ballot. So it's going to be Herschel Walker or nobody if you are very focused on trying to get a Republican to regain that seat in Georgia.
And Robert Gibbs, I've yet to see a single interview with Herschel Walker on any subject, even before this all came, bubbling up to the surface, that indicates that he's qualified to be a senator for 6 years on any subject.
Yeah, Andrew, that's a whole other state of affairs, really, for this Senate race. And look, I think it will be interesting. Friday night is likely their only debate in Savannah. I think Herschel Walker is going to have to look like a candidate who can be that senator for 6 years. He's likely going to have to answer questions about the news that has come out over the past week. He's denied even knowing this person, even though I believe NBC reported that was the first to report that his current wife was texting with this woman. So it's pretty clear Herschel Walker knows who this person is. And I'm going to be fascinated to watch, quite frankly, both of these candidates. But how does Herschel Walker respond to these charges? How does he respond to the issue of abortion? And for Senator Warnock, how does he respond to charges on inflation and the state of the economy and things like that? to me, the debate's going to be interesting to see which of these candidates is able to pivot, knowing their opponent wants to go in certain places. How are they going to answer that? How does that look effective? And how does that really reassure voters in Georgia on their selection for a very, very important race?